on today's World Cup iconic moments. I don't know. I don't know if this really is an iconic moment. Let's take a break because it's 16 days to the World Cup. Let's talk about some things here because I think the World Cup bids are getting out of hand right now because the countries that are joining together to bid on this World Cup to host the World Cup are getting really out of hand. Of course, there's this usual country that always bids, and that is Morocco. Morocco bids every time, and they don't get, for some reason, I don't know. Actually, Morocco is actually a very good place to host the World Cup. It's actually, like 5 clicks from Europe. So it's best time, it's European time, it could be best for us. And so the World Cup being hosted in Morocco could be amazing. And the moment that the World Cup was announced in 2010 that it's going to be hosted in Africa, there were bids in South Africa and there were bids from South Africa and Morocco, and it was either Morocco or South Africa. And that time when, I think Sepp Blatter announced that it's going to be South Africa hosting the World Cup, you could see Morocco, I remember the pictures are like, this is South Africa and this is Morocco, and you could see the pictures. They were like, these people are celebrating and these ones are like, no way. You could see them, they are so close, yet so far. It was an amazing thing. Morocco have bid every time. And, they've not really gotten it because that's the bid for the World Cup 2030, actually. It's the bid for 2030 because 2026, I think, is already known. So there's a bid that's going on for these two teams. But now, that's a bid for Morocco. Morocco are bidding as usual. But now we have Uruguay, Argentina, Paraguay, and Chile. Jesus Christ, 4 countries to host one World Cup tournament. I think they've seen it's impossible to get your country alone, and now they are bidding together. Just like Mexico, Canada, and the United States have bid, one bid together. Now we have Uruguay, Argentina, Paraguay, and Chile bidding, having one bid. And it's a pretty big, it's a pretty strong bid when they bid together. And so that's going to be Uruguay, Argentina, Paraguay, and Chile. Now, here's the next one. We have Spain, Portugal, and Ukraine. I think Ukraine need, first of all, to deal with the shit. Okay, I didn't mean that. But anyway, Spain and Portugal, I think they're close, but Ukraine is far away from, from these two countries. So, you're having one World Cup in Ukraine, and then so probably you have semis in Ukraine, you have finals in Spain. It destroys the fun of the World Cup. Here's another bid. I think these are actually 3 continents. Greece, which is in Europe, Egypt is in Africa, and then Saudi Arabia is in Asia. Jesus Christ, 3 continents, 1 World Cup. Seriously, these things are getting out of hand totally. These bids are getting stranger every single time. And I don't know, what to actually think about that. But there are also rumors that South Korea and North Korea are ready to put their shit together, and Kim Jong-un put a bid together, North Korea and South Korea, to host the World Cup. Who's going to North Korea? Jesus. I think if there's a country probably that's not going to hold the World Cup soon, unless Kim Jong-un is not there, but North Korea and South Korea are ready to put their problems aside and host the World Cup together. Those things, I think they're getting really out of hand because the World Cup was designed to get to know the cultures of these countries. Let's go where players are all in the same place and let's have fun. Imagine you have probably Africa. Let's come to Africa. We have one in Nigeria. We have a bid, so to say, Nigeria, Kenya, and which other country is probably better? Say, what's this country? Say Angola. I don't know even where Angola is, but say Angola somewhere. That's not. You're even confused as a fan which country you're going to travel to. You can't be hopping from one country to another for the World Cup. And so for me, I think the tradition should remain one. let's have the World Cup in one place. We want, people want to learn the tradition of that specific country. Let that place be filled by millions and millions of people. Now imagine like the next World Cup, apart from this one, Qatar, we have USA, Canada, and Mexico. You're watching one game in Mexico, another one is in Canada, another one is in United States. By itself is like a whole. It's so big by itself. But I mean, that bid was so strong, and I think it should be a law that the World Cup is only held in one country, because now we're even having countries bidding and they're in 3 different continents. That's insane. We're going to be taking a break, coming back. That is World Cup iconic moments for you. That is not an iconic moment, but we had to take a break and, talk about this because the bids are totally getting out of hand. This is Just Radio, the number one radio.